Ciao! Oggi sono qui in veste di traduttrice, quindi aspettiamo che arrivi qualcuno, aspettiamo che arrivi Tracy Evans. Oggi ci fa vedere una card bellissima. Adesso le scrivo che sono qui. Here. Ok, aspettiamo che arrivi, vediamo che cosa ci fa vedere. Mi sono collegata con l'iPad, spero di non aver fatto pasticci. Vediamo un po'. Ci fa vedere questa bella card. Intanto eccomi qua, così mi guardo anche da computer che sia tutto a posto. Togliamo il volume prima di fare pasticci. Ok, aspettiamo solo che mi dica. Oh, there you are. I'm inviting you. Ok, mi sentite? Intanto sì. Hey, hello.
Hello there.
How are you?
I'm very well. Are you?
Oh yeah, pretty fine. It's been a busy day with lots of arrivals, but you know, okay.
Is that new stock arriving?
Yes, quite a few things. So it's been a little busy.
Stock. We like
Sorry?
new stock. We
Yes,
like new stock.
I like new stocks all the time, of course. My customers do like the new stocks as well.
Just while we're on, Claudia, is it okay if I add my next device?
Yeah, sure. Do add your next device. I will translate a little bit while you're adding your new device. Eccoci qua. Ok, adesso aggiungerà un altro, si collega anche con l'altro telefono, così poi possiamo iniziare. Vi ho detto che sono arrivate un sacco di cosine oggi, quindi... Oh, so, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for inviting me. And ciao, I should say ciao, shouldn't I? Ciao.
Yes, that's great. Okay, so we're building a little bit of audience right now. Hi, Kari.
Okay.
So do you want to show us the card that we're going to play with tonight?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
let's see.
This is what we create today.
There you are. Look at that. It's beautiful. It's beautiful.
So
look at those colors. Those are really gorgeous.
Nice colors. I like the depth of the color. And it's really just about, these live sessions are just about having fun together. And for me, really, I can't believe I'm speaking to you from the UK and you're in Italy. It's like you're sitting next to me.
Yes, absolutely. This is an amazing way to keep in touch with people and to have the opportunity to see artists like you working. You know, this is something my customers are really loving, and I'm loving it too in first place. So I will just translate this a little bit. Hi, Monique. Ok. Praticamente ci sta dicendo, è incredibile che lei ci stia parlando dall'Inghilterra, sembra che siamo seduti una di fianco all'altra. Ha detto che ci farà vedere come fare questa card, che è un momento di divertimento un po' per tutti. Yes, the colors are great. Everybody's telling something about the colors. I don't know if you can read the comments.
Yes, I can read the comments. I can see the ciao, and I can see Corrie and Simona, Stephen. Hello, everybody. Ciao.
There's lots of people sending hearts. There's lots of people sending hearts because the card is really beautiful. So anytime you want to start, just go ahead and we'll be chatting in the meantime. Anytime. I'll be asking you questions in the meantime so we can chat a little bit.
Okay, I'm just going to transfer the camera down, so I might make you a bit drunk.
Ok. Adesso gira la fotocamera, così ci fa vedere il suo piano di lavoro. Okay. Ciao, Monique. Yes, we can see you. Okay. It's a little bit out of the camera because you are... Okay, that's... Okay.
I'm gone.
Okay. You're there.
I'm gone. Are we there?
You should probably keep your phone... You should probably keep your phone a little higher so we can, you know, have a better frame of the... Okay. We have a pretty good view. Yes. You should probably just move a little bit to the right.
To the right?
Or maybe to the left because I'm on the other side. To the other side because you're kind of sweeping out of the camera.
Let me just see if I can move that a bit more.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm going.
Okay. Okay.
Hang on a minute. Oh, I'm moving away now.
You're coming in. You're coming in.
Just a minute. I'm behind you, so I won't be 2 seconds. I'm sorry, Clelia.
No, it's okay, it's okay. Stiamo solo cercando di trovare il modo per cui si inquadri perfettamente bene, almeno quello su cui lavorerà.
Oh, my camera. My iPad is taking a while to catch up, so I can't see what you see.
It's okay. It's okay.
So is that better?
That's perfect. Thumbs up.
Right.
That's perfect.
Is that better?
Okay, ci siamo.
Yeah, okay. So what we're going to do first is we're going to add layers of paint. Whenever you need to stop me, Clelia, just stop me.
Okay, I will stop you here and there so I can translate everything, okay?
No problem at all.
Okay.
I think the difference with the camera is normally I have it horizontal so you can see a bit better. With us being, sorry, we normally have it vertical, so with us being horizontal.
Yes, of course, but if you kept your phone horizontal, no, vertical, sorry, you would probably just be in a little window on the top right part of the screen, so nobody would see anything. So this is the best way that we can work it out.
Okay, so everybody can...
half of the screen is occupied by my face, which is probably something people do not want to see, but that's the only way we can work it out.
So everybody can see okay, can they?
Yep, everybody can see now.
Okay, so we're beginning. We'll begin now. So we've got a piece of plain white card, and it is 6.5 inches in length and 4.5 inches in width.
Okay, I'll translate this right away or I'll forget it. Questo è semplicemente un pezzo di cartoncino. Do you use any specific kind of cardstock for this kind of work? Is it a heavyweight one?
Yes, it's a heavyweight 350 GSM.
Ok, 350 grammi, quindi il cartoncino di Tommy va benissimo, 6,5 per 4,5 pollici. Lo dico subito perché sennò poi me lo dimentico. Ok, I translated that.
Okay. So I'm using heavy body acrylics, but it doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter which paint you use. You can do this technique with any paint.
Ok. Lei sta usando l'acrilico di Dina Wickley. Dice che possiamo usare un qualsiasi acrilico. Lei sta usando quello che è un po' più denso forse degli altri, però ha detto che qualsiasi altro acrilico per questa tecnica va bene. Ok.
Okay, so I'm using my brayer and I'm just layering.
I really love the brayer techniques.
Yes, and this, we're not going for anything in specific. We're going for a good even layer of colour.
Yeah.
So nothing technical, nothing too stressful, just a layer of colour.
Ok, semplicemente uno strato di colore con il rullo, avete visto? Boh, così, come viene. A non pensarci le cose.
Sorry, Claudia.
No, it's okay.
Then we're moving on to cheddar. I love these two colours together.
Ok. Altro colore.
And then we're adding this. These two colours look fantastic together.
Yes, they do. So this is the cheddar color. What's the name of the first color?
The first colour is fuchsia. So the first colour is fuchsia. The second colour is cheddar.
Fuchsia cheddar. Ce li dobbiamo procurare.
Yeah.
Ok.
And we're using a Trois Demois stencil, which is a nice numbered stencil. And the reason I'm slowing down, Claudia, is I have to wait for my iPad to catch up. So that down.
Okay. Ok, questo è uno stencil dell'Aula and Create, ultima release.
And then we're using a baby wipe, and we're just going to rub some of the colour off. So move your baby wipe around so that you don't reapply the paint. So move the baby wipe around.
Okay. So you can take off some of the color, right?
It's a type of mono printing.
Ok, I'll translate this. Praticamente sta usando una salviettina, le baby wipes, sono le salviettine per i bimbi, possiamo usare quelle per le mani, quelle per i bimbi, e sta togliendo un po' di acrilico. Sta usando quindi lo stencil come maschera. Quella è una maschera, quindi la sta usando. Ok.
Okay, and this is why you need to use a good quality thick card, because you're applying moisture to the card.
Of course. I'll translate this one. Dice, anche questo è il motivo per cui dobbiamo usare un cartoncino un po' più spesso, perché applichiamo facciamo sì che si trasferisca molta umidità su questo cartoncino. Ok, look at that. Guardate come viene fuori.
And then if we just dry that with the heat tool, because we've applied enough moisture, it says not enough steps today, Tracy.
That looks gorgeous.
I don't know what it even means now. Not enough steps. So
okay.
as you dry the paint, the layers come to life. So if you can see there, it's like a ghost print.
Yes, absolutely.
And it gives wonderful detail.
That's amazing. I'll translate this.
Ok.
Ok, praticamente dice nel momento in cui asciugate, quindi il colore diventa asciutto, si stabilizza, è fermo, guardate come si vede molto di più, sembra il ghost printing, quindi la timbrata fantasma, una cosa del genere, bellissimo, beautiful, that's beautiful.
And if you wanted an alternative way, Clelia, to do a similar technique, you could apply the paint direct to the stencil and then spritz with water and you'd get a different effect.
Okay,
oh, my
I'll
Fitbit.
translate this.
Stephen's mentioning my Fitbit. I'm not doing enough steps because you can see my Fitbit on my wrist.
Okay. I'll translate this. Dice che un effetto diverso ma similare si può avere mettendo il colore direttamente sullo stencil, spruzzando un po' d'acqua e poi usando lo stencil per timbrare. Okay, we already love the card as it is.
I know, it seems a shame to cover it up, doesn't it?
Yes, kind of a shame, but we know the final result will be awesome, so you're allowed to cover that.
So I'm just going to change it up a little bit compared to the other card because I think that's part of the fun when you're live, to change it up a little bit. So on my original card, I didn't add another layer at this time, but I'm going to add another layer with turquoise paint this time.
Turquoise.
But we're going to add a very light layer. So you don't want much paint at all. You want a very light layer. And you're spreading the sprayer so it's really thin with paint.
Really thin. You're not adding water, right?
No, you're literally taking all the excess paint off your brayer.
Ok, I'll translate this. Lei dice che nella card originale lei non ha aggiunto un altro strato dopo questo, però siccome le piace sempre un po' cambiare, adesso ci fa vedere come aggiungere un ulteriore strato. Ha preso un po' del turchese, sempre il colore di Dina Weekly, uno strato sottile con il rullo e adesso lo applica. Ok, there you go.
And then what we're going to do with the turquoise is, because we don't want to add too much colour, we just want to add a layer. We're going to very lightly touch the card. You don't want to obliterate the numbers below. You just want to add a little layer. And if I lift that up slightly, hopefully you can see some of the turquoise. Can you see those?
Yes, we can. The camera is kind of picking it.
Great. So that's just a little touch. It doesn't look much at the moment, but when we put the design together, that background element really draws everything together.
Together, yes. It's really beautiful when it all comes together, you know, and it's beautiful. I will just translate the fact that they need to add just a little touch of it. So, avete visto come ha fatto? Non ha rullato tutto il colore, solo qualche tocco. Ok, sorry.
Okay. No, you carry on. Just keep stopping me because I waffle for England. So I've die cut 3 circles from white card. Now, if the viewers haven't got a die cutting machine, they could draw around an old lid or anything like that. So and then we're using the turquoise paint once again. Okay. And then this time we're going to apply a solid layer of colour to each circle.
What are you using? Is that a blending foam?
This is cut and dry foam.
Oh, cut and dry foam. Okay.
Cut and dry foam. You could use your fingers, which are the best tools we've got. You don't have to have cut and dry foam. You could use a blending tool.
Okay.
You could use a piece of baby wipe. The reason I like the cut and dry foam is it's quite dense. So
I see.
And it really adds a nice thick layer and it holds on to the paint.
Of course, I'll translate this a little bit. Sta usando un pezzo di cotton dry che è un materiale tipo il blending foam ma più denso di cotone che trattiene molto bene il colore, che fa sì che quando lo stendete ne stendiate un velo molto molto spesso. Sì, Mary, il turchese, ho visto? Anche ho già segnato. Potete usare le vostre dita per stenderlo, che sono comunque il tool migliore del mondo. Potete usare della blending foam, potete usare qualsiasi cosa. Il cotton dà uno strato piuttosto spesso, quindi il risultato è ottenibile con altri strumenti, potete eventualmente dare una seconda passata. Ok, that one layer already looks beautiful.
I wish I could speak Italian.
I'll teach you.
You'll have to explain to your viewers that I'm sorry about my hands and no nail varnish. I'm a gardener. I'm a keen gardener and I've been out in the garden.
You've got this beautiful garden. I will tell them. Lei si sta scusando perché non ha delle belle unghie. perché non ha lo smalto sulle unghie, ma lei ha un giardino meraviglioso. Chi di voi ce l'ha come amica su Facebook probabilmente ha visto che ha questo un giardino che sembra uscito da un libro di illustrazioni per le fate. E quindi non ha delle belle mani, dice, ma non importa. I told them that you got this really beautiful garden that looks like a fairy tale place. I really love to see the pictures of your garden.
Oh, thank you. I love the garden. It's like my little bit of heaven.
A little bit of heaven. It shows because it's really beautiful.
Thank you. Well, I've dried those circles with the heat tool, and now we're going to do a bit of stamping, and we're using my stamp set, which is the Nature's Garden.
Okay.
And I love these quirky flowers because, you know, they're just a little bit different, not sort of the bog standard flower designs. So I like to be a little bit quirky, just like me.
Ok, I'll translate this. Stiamo usando il suo set di fiori, lei li ha disegnati, è una delle designer di All and Create. Sono veloci questi fiori, ma sono molto belli. Lei disegna fiori, ha questo giardino meraviglioso. Che dire. Oh, look at that. What kind of ink are you using? Is that a VersaFine?
This is an archival ink.
Archival ink. Okay.
I tend to use archival because it gives good detail. Or I'll use VersaFine.
VersaFine. I'm kind of fond of VersaFine. Did you try the VersaFine, Claire?
Yeah, the VersaFine are fantastic. You know, for the very detailed stamps that we do.
Yes, yes.
They're absolutely brilliant.
Yes, they got these new releases. The Claire's ones are just amazing. The detailing is awesome.
I haven't tried the colours of the Claire ones. I must try those.
You try. There's, you know, I'm totally fond of the gray. The gray is stunning.
Yes, and the gray is wonderful if you don't want the black to be too overpowering.
Yeah, too dramatic. Okay, I'll translate this. Ci dice che lei solitamente usa l'archival o il VersaFine per avere una timbrata estremamente dettagliata. Hi, Habs. There's Habs watching.
Oh, yes.
Hello. Okay.
Right, so
those flowers are just the cutest.
I just love using these. They're just wonderful. And I think for me, the fact that it doesn't take much inking and it stamps beautifully. So I really like these. Wonderful. Yeah. But then I'm slightly biased. They are my design, so I'm slightly biased.
But you know, I'll tell you, I'm not, and I love those. I totally love those. Customers love them. They're very versatile. So great that you designed them.
This is our focal image. So now we want to draw the eye into the center of the card. So we need to add some more detail here. So what
I will translate this. Questi saranno i nostri punti focali. Ci diceva che su cui andremo a fare in modo che l'attenzione sia attirata su questi. Andiamo ad aggiungere qualche dettaglio. Sto traducendo in maniera barbara, però vabbè. Aggiungiamo un po' di dettagli, vediamo come li aggiunge. Ok. So you're going to use that color to add more interest to those.
Yes. So what I'm doing now is I'm using a scrap piece of card.
Okay.
And I'm applying the same color to the card, the scrap piece of card, as I've got in the background. But this is just for stamping purposes, no other reason.
Okay.
Okay. So literally, that's just for my stamping. So we'll literally just give that layer of ink a dry.
Ok, I'll translate this in the meantime.
Okay.
Ha applicato su un ritaglio di carta gli stessi colori che ha messo nello sfondo della carta, adesso li sta asciugando. Steven is asking me what's the Italian for bog standard, which I don't really know. Okay, let me check the translator. Okay, let's see. I have no idea. Okay, let me see. Bog standard. Italian. Oh, that's la palude, tipo palude. Oh, so I missed this. You stamped the flowers on the dried background that you made.
Don't worry, I'll explain anyway. So I've literally coloured a spare piece of card with the same colours that I used in the background.
Okay.
And I've stamped the flower stamps over two of the colours, so I get both colours on the flower.
Both colours, okay.
And
I'll translate this. Lei dice letteralmente ha timbrato poi i fiori su questo sfondo che ha creato con i due colori che ha usato anche per la base della carta, li ha timbrati in modo che i fiori prendessero entrambi i colori, quindi sulla linea di margine. Sì, il rullo lo vogliamo tutti assolutamente. Ok.
Okay, so because your viewers don't want to watch me cutting out, I've actually cut out some of the petals beforehand.
Okay, but you love fussy cutting. We start love fussy cutting as well. And that's basically partly your fault.
I love fussy cutting.
I know. You got me into that.
With the original card, I did the card in a landscape view. But for the demo, I've done it in portrait just to do something a bit different.
Ok, good. I'll translate this. Hi Beverly. Lei dice che adesso lei li ha ritagliati prima per non farci perdere tempo, dice mentre le ritagliava. Nella versione originale della card ha fatto la versione in orizzontale, adesso per fare qualcosa di diverso la mette in verticale. So you're placing these circles on the card, right? Okay.
The reason what I do first is when I'm doing a design, I tend to place the designs where I want them initially, just before I actually doing any sticking down, just to make sure I'm happy with the composition.
Okay.
So now, obviously, I don't just want to leave it like that. I want to add a bit of stamping to the background.
Okay.
So let's add a bit of stamping, and we're going to use the whopping A4 stamp.
That's so beautiful.
I have to say, I was quite surprised with how wonderful the detail came out. The detail is truly amazing. Absolutely fantastic.
And there's so many little spots of those big stamps that you can use. You can use it like in a million different things and never get tired of it.
Exactly. Right? And it's wonderful if you're stamping like I'm going to in a random fashion. So what we're going to do is we're just going to ink.
Took the stamp off the acetate, right? You're just using the silicone one.
I'm using the stamp as is on the plastic.
As it is.
No acrylic block because it gives more random stamping.
I will translate this because I kind of got carried away. Allora, dice che ha iniziato a posizionare i cerchi, lei incolla per ultimo perché vuole prima vedere se le piace effettivamente il risultato che ho ottenuto. Adesso sto usando questo timbro a 4 usato sull'acetato così come esce dalla bustina, senza blocco, perché ne deve usare solo dei pezzetti. Dicevamo che sono stupendi questi timbri a 4 che hanno fatto uscire dall'All and Create, perché puoi usarne un pezzettino in 1000 progetti diversi e non stancartene mai. Ok?
Okay, so I'm not using an acrylic block. I'm using it as is.
Okay.
Because
and
that gives that with my fingers. And if you lift that up, you just get a little detail.
A little detail.
A little detail. Those numbers just add another layer of interest to the design.
That's beautiful.
So I'm just going to add a few more little details like this, just because it makes a more cohesive design.
Yeah, definitely.
If you add layers and it draws the eye into the design.
Great. I will just translate this now. Ne fa un altro paio di timbrate in questo modo. Dice perché aggiungiamo un ulteriore strato e diamo dei punti di interesse. I am so in love with these stamps. Oh my, look at that. It really changes the whole display, you know.
The thing is as well, if you add layers, when the person receives the card, it becomes more tactile. So it gives a more interesting design to the card. So we're just adding a few of these little circles. If you can see the circles there, that little touch alone, just little touches like that.
Just little touches, yes.
So we're going to add the word art as well. Just add one of the words. I hope I'm not going too slow or too fast.
No, it's okay. It's perfect. Somebody said that you printed the heart, the circles, and it kind of has a heart shape, kind of. It's beautiful.
Yeah. So we'll just stamp this here.
Okay.
And then you've got the word art.
Oh, the word art. Oh.
Because that's what we're all about. We're all about the art.
Yeah. All about the art.
These little touches don't look much initially, but it all helps to draw the eye into the card. So what I'm going to do now is I'm using some cotton thread. You know what you sew with from the sewing machine?
Yep.
So we're going to pull some of this cotton.
Okay.
And we're going to lay some of this on our card.
Okay.
Of course, now I've lost the end now.
I will translate this now. Dice tutti queste piccole timbrate che abbiamo fatto adesso sembra che non siano particolarmente importanti, poi in realtà servono per portare l'occhio a guardare al centro della carda, delimitare un po' lo spazio. Adesso lei ha preso del filo di cotone, quello che si usa per le macchine per cucire, e lo sta arrotolando, arruffando lì. Ok? We love the thread. It always adds such a great detail.
Yes, and it adds such texture. So if you've got somebody that's sight impaired, then they've got things to feel.
Yeah.
So we're now, because that looks quite just flat, we need to add some definition. We need to add some definition to the outside.
Okay.
So we're going to add some black ink to each of the circles.
Okay.
And we'll just repeat that with the other two circles.
Ok, now I'll translate that. Sta semplicemente sporcando i bordi perché così i cerchi erano un pochino piatti, invece se diamo un po' di colore sui bordi chiaramente diventa un po' più di tridimensionalità. Ok?
Okay, so just on the last one now.
Yeah.
And this just helps all to draw the eye in.
Okay.
Okay, now I'm going to use a silicone adhesive, which you could use your three-dimensional pads. But I like to use silicone adhesive because it gives me time to move my.
And it looks like you're using foam tape after this dries. This stays dimensional.
Correct. It stays dimensional, and it allows you.
That's something I didn't know about.
Yes, it allows you to move your design, whereas if you use sticky pads, it's permanent and you can't pull them off again.
Oh. So this stays puffy just as it is. Allora, questa cosa serve.
You can either press it down, but don't press too much, and then you'll keep some of the dimension if you don't press too much.
Okay, I'll translate this because I don't think anyone uses this in Italy, so you're kind of making a new urge for us.
Okay.
I'll have to start looking for this. Questo è adesivo siliconico. Non so se si traduce così, però lo cerchiamo. Perché praticamente fa questi pallini che se non premete troppo quando li posizionate rimangono tridimensionali, perché se usate magari i bollini adesivi, il biadesivo in goccio o altro biadesivo, poi si riesce, non riuscite a spostarlo bene, invece con questo avete il tempo di muoverlo. That's cool. I will spend the night looking for this silicone adhesive.
I can send you some links.
Yes, do please.
Right, so now we've got the circular designs here, but what we need to do is, because we've got stems, I'm just searching for, because we've got the stems here and they seem to go nowhere, we're going to extend our flower stems. So just extend those.
Okay.
And then it looks.
Sta facendo
so it looks like.
Okay.
It looks like the flowers then belong on the card.
Oh, beautiful.
So we'll just bring this down. Are we okay for time, Clelia?
Yeah, sure. Anytime. I mean, I don't really have anything else to do but looking at you creating the card. It's okay.
Okay, so that's our stems. Okay. So now we're going to add some dimension to our flower stems. So what we're going to do is we're going to bend the stems just to give some movement. Just so that they're not flat. Give a little bit more dimension. Ok?
Ok, I'll translate this. Allora, dopo che ha tirato giù gli steli dei fiori, ha preso i fiorellini che ha ritagliato, ha piegato leggermente i petali di modo da dare un po' di dimensione e adesso li sta incollando sempre con questa colla che adesso ci serve. Tanto. Stasera la cerco. Ok.
Okay, so now I'm adding these to my design element here. And as you can see, that instantly lifts the design.
Totally.
And because I stamped the flowers on multicolored background, on a multicolored background, it means that my flowers, you never know which color you're going to get because you've stamped it on a multicolored background.
But it all blends so well together because you use the same colors, so it looks beautiful.
So we're just adding a bit more movement. Won't keep you 2 seconds.
Okay.
And then again, we're adding the silicone to the flowers, because then if I don't get them in the right place, it gives me time to move.
Of course. Does this silicone dries clear, or does it dry with a color?
No, it dries clear and dimensional.
And dimensional. Yes. So
it's
you could even use it for textures.
Yes, you could. But it tends to be used to give dimension to a design.
Yeah. I'll translate this because everybody's telling me we need this glue right now. Si asciuga trasparente, però rimane dimensionato, rimane 3D, non si appiattisce, quindi ci serve. Okay.
Okay, so now, even though these flowers disappear off the circle,
yeah,
I'm still going to add the flowers as if they're there, just so that it brings more interest. And
yes, it's really beautiful. Yeah, totally.
Away from the circles.
Yeah.
So then this is the final one.
Yes, it looks so beautiful. I'm totally enchanted.
Oh, brilliant. And then obviously we need to add the stem here because we don't want the flower floating in midair. Well, it just means then it's not floating. Okay. Now, for me, there's a little bit more stamping that's missing here. You can still see the numbers. And I like to stamp in odd numbers. So I'm just going to do a couple more stampings so it's in fives.
Ok, I'll translate this. Allora, ha tracciato gli steli anche dei fiorellini che sono sospesi, anche di quelli che vanno al di fuori del cerchio. È bello che sto indicando e gesticolando, ma questo non si vede, non importa. Dice che secondo lei manca ancora un pochino di effetto timbrato, di qualche timbro in alto, e forse anche nella parte in basso. Adesso aggiunge un altro po' di timbrati da quel timbro grande a 4 come ha fatto prima. Ok? How long does it take for the glue to dry?
It'll take about 20 minutes for it to get solid.
20 minutes, 20 minuti perché si asciughi. Okay.
But the idea with this glue, clearly, is that if you're doing something like a canvas or you're doing a card and you want to place something but you're not sure whether it's in the right place, it gives you that chance to maneuver it around.
Which is absolutely great. I'll translate this. È proprio questa l'idea. Questi 20 minuti vi danno il tempo, ci danno il tempo, se state lavorando per esempio una tela, di posizionare tutto e di poterlo in realtà ancora cambiare altre X volte in 20 minuti. That's a wonderful tip, the one that you're giving us. This is going to be our new urge for tonight.
Well, have you heard of E6000 glue?
The 6000 glue? No.
Well, E6000, if you want to message me afterwards, if you're ever doing anything like a canvas, and you want to add some really heavy dimensional pieces, E6000 is the best glue you can get.
I'll just note it down here. E6000 glue. Okay. Don't you ever use gel medium? Because many use gel medium.
Yes, I use gel medium, but obviously it gives a different option for people. I mean, gel medium, it's for me, a gel medium has to be a nice thick body gel medium. If it's thin and too runny, then the embellishments move around too much, and that isn't suitable for me.
Okay.
Okay, so now we're going to add some splatters to the design because this here is a little bit too stark. So we're just going to add some splatters.
Okay.
So we're just adding a touch of paint. And we're adding, sorry, that's out of camera.
No, it's okay, it's okay, move it aside.
A touch of paint and some water.
Ok, un pochino di colore e un po' d'acqua e facciamo le macchie.
And then we're going
We all love splatters, look at that.
It just means that the turquoise of the background is not too stark. And then if you can see in my design, the turquoise in the background echoes the turquoise in the circle.
Yes, that's beautiful. Guardate quelle macchioline come riportano su tutto. E cioè, si vede adesso anche, guardate che adesso ci sono i cerchi appoggiati sopra, come si vede il turchese, come si vedono i tocchi di turchese. Ok.
Okay, so now I'm doing exactly the same splatter-wise, but with the cheddar.
With the cherry,
so
okay.
We're adding some cheddar. Because you want all the elements to be cohesive and be cohesive with your design. So you want them to all work together rather than against each other.
Yes, that's a great way to blend them together. Ha aggiunto le altre macchie anche dell'altro colore di modo che si fondesse un po' tutto, di modo che si armonizzasse tutto. Ok.
And then we've got the wonderful Posca pen.
Uh-huh.
You've heard of these, have you?
Yes, we have them in Italy as well, yes.
Yes, love the Posca pens, because when you've got a design that's got a lot of colour in, the white really lifts the whole design.
Yes, totally.
I'm probably shaking the whole camera now.
No, it's still... So. Look at that, it's beautiful. Questo è un Posca, agitato, così. Lo faccio io in bratto
so
caso.
Now,
vabbè.
I'm just looking for my embellishments, because there's one more touch we can do. So these are by Tim Holtz.
Yeah.
Can you see those okay?
Yes.
Yes, those are these are index clips.
Yes.
I like to have these to give another layer of interest. So again, you could use your gel medium.
Yes.
If you want to adhere them, but I'm going to use my silicone again.
Yes.
So what we're going to do is we're going to add that here.
Ok, queste sono le clip di Tim Holtz.
It just gives another element to the design.
Oh, that's beautiful.
A little bit more texture.
You know, all of the ideology embellishments are incredible for this. They add such
I love them. I love adding the different elements to the design. And now what we need is we need a little sentiment.
Ok, ci va un sentiment, una timbrata di un
so we're going to use nature, which is part of the same set.
Usiamo nature.
Because I love nature. Somebody's popular.
Yes, that's the doorbell of the store.
Ah, right. Are you still open, Clelia?
Yes, I'm still. We are closing in an hour.
Oh dear.
We're open until 8.
You have long days then?
Long days, yes. Today and yesterday have been extremely long days, and I'm so happy. I'm just here relaxing myself, just watching you create. No better way to end the day.
I'm sorry, I've not said hello to anybody, but hello everybody. I'm just too busy concentrating.
I'll tell them. Si scusa perché non aveva ancora detto ciao a nessuno, ma vi saluta tutti. So, we're adding the sentiment, right?
We're adding the sentiment, but I'm using the scrap card that I used before.
Yeah.
But I don't want to put it on. I don't want to put it on the colour. I'm going to put it on the white.
Ok. Lo timbro sul bianco del pezzettino di carta che ho usato prima.
Let's just stamp that again because I haven't added much ink. Just let me stamp that again.
Ok, lo ritimbra di nuovo perché non c'era abbastanza inchiostro. So you're still able to stamp without a stamping tool?
No, I'm using an acrylic block.
You're using, that's brave of you. I'm no longer able to stamp with anything without a stamping tool.
Oh, I've been stamping for 25 years, so
you kind of know your way around it.
Yeah, and if you make a mistake, it's only a piece of paper, so it doesn't matter.
I know.
So I'm just going to cut that out. The only thing that I will cut out.
Ok, adesso lo ritaglia.
Which won't take me 5 seconds.
Of course, I will translate what you said because it's really nice and we never think of that, but it's just a piece of paper. I mean, it's a great concept to achieve. Dice, io timbro da 20 anni, quindi timbro solo col blocco d'acrilico. Se sbaglio, vabbè, è un pezzo di carta. Cioè, ha ragione.
Okay. So I've just put a touch of paint on my finger. And I'm just literally to add that to the edge of my sentiment.
Okay.
Our fingers are the best tools that we've got.
The best ever. Sta sporcando il bordo della timbrata con le dita, che sono l'attrezzo migliore che possiamo usare. Ok?
So just going to add that, and then we've got one more touch to do. So we're just going to add this, and I think I'm going to add that there.
Okay. It looks really beautiful.
And then obviously when you're doing your cards, if you've got things lying around on your desk, I mean, I've got a piece of, you know, watercolor paper, you know, the edging from the watercolor. Yeah. You could easily cut some of that off. So use that scrap of paper and then because sometimes little scraps add a wonderful touch.
Yes, absolutely.
So
you just have to see them in a different ways.
Exactly. This is just a scrap from a piece of watercolor paper, but because we've put white splatters on the background, we're adding touches of white to lift the whole design. And then to complete our design, we need to draw the eye in totally to the center of the card. We'll draw some, this is just a black drawing pen. You could use a Pitt pen or a Posca pen.
Or Posca pen. I will translate this. So I'll tell them what the little piece of paper is, and they will be all pretty amused. Vedete quel pezzettino di carta? È la fascetta da cui si strappano i fogli della carta acquerellabile. Ce l'aveva lì sulla scrivania, dice ogni tanto i ritagli, gli scarti che abbiamo sul tavolo aggiungono un dettaglio fantastico. E adesso sta facendo il contorno della carta con una penna indelebile. Ok?
Okay, so I'm just adding a couple of doodles to the edge of the card.
We love the doodles.
And the thing is, these little details are what help with the whole design. So now, excuse me, reaching over, if you add that to a black mat,
look at that.
Then is our card finished.
Cool.
And I just think that's so tactile, and there's lots of elements. Cards don't have to be boring. Cards can be multi-layered, they can be mixed media, and
that's a piece of art.
I just love creating them.
That's beautiful. I'll translate this.
Okay.
Ok, ha aggiunto la mattatura nera, dice guardate come viene fuori prepotentemente, le carte possono essere multistrato, possono essere mixed media, insomma. So we kind of saw a little of your crafty place. I really love the desk behind you. The drawers behind you are really beautiful.
It's all fitted.
Wow.
So, but this is my pride and joy, is my industrial cupboard.
Beautiful. That's
I've only
so beautiful.
got a small room, and now my phone's slanted, so I look drunk now.
It's okay.
So I just absolutely love creating, and to be able to share with like-minded creatives is just wonderful, and to be invited, I've really enjoyed it, Claire. Thank you so much. And thanks to everybody.
Thank you. I enjoyed having you here, and I'm sure everybody really loved your demo, and everybody will love your class as soon as we schedule that. I will just translate this so they know, so that those who don't know will acknowledge this. Dice che a lei piace creare, le piace condividere queste cose, le piace condividere quello che fa. Io le ho detto che siamo molto contenti che sia stata con noi e che non vediamo l'ora che sia una delle nostre insegnanti sulla piattaforma per i corsi live. I'm sure there will be a lot of people willing to attend your class once we launch the class. We still need to define all of the last details about your class, and then we can schedule that. I'm sure everybody will really love that. I will not show the project yet, but in a little while, maybe we can start showing a little detail or something just to tease them a little bit.
At least it's with these Facebook Lives, at least it gives people a taste of what your style is. So then maybe if they like your style, it might be something they want to join in. And obviously, I like to mix things up. So sometimes it might be in vintage, sometimes it's colourful, but it's nice to have a play round and really just to have fun and enjoy the process, really.
I know. As we were saying the other day with Abs, all that matters is that you have fun, because this is something that has to make you feel good. No matter, all the rest is just, nothing. It doesn't really matter. All that matters is that you have fun and that you feel good in your happy place. So that's all what I want my customers to do.
And really just remembering that it's a piece of card or it's a piece of MDF. It doesn't matter if you make a mistake, just paint over it. It doesn't matter.
Oh gosh, I really love this. Let me translate, because it's something I always say to my customers, but hearing from you maybe is a little bit more pushy. Dice, non dobbiamo dimenticarci che un pezzo di carta, un pezzo di MDF, se sbagliamo ci pitturiamo sopra. Ma che succede? Ma che se ne importa? Cioè, and sometimes, from the wildest mistakes, there are the best works. So I had a teacher from Poland a couple of months ago, no, in October last year, and I was enchanted before this beautiful canvas that she made. And I was looking at the colors, these brown shades that I really love. And I was like, oh my God, how did you do that? She said, you know what? I was working and I poured coffee on it accidentally. But it turned out so beautiful that I just kept it as it was and kept working around it. So,
and sometimes it's just going with the flow. And if it doesn't work, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. And I think sometimes people are frightened to apply anything to a new substrate because we think they're going to make a mess. But at the end of the day, we've all got gesso or white paint or black paint, and you can just paint straight over it. So it's not a problem.
Fortunately, this is something we can paint over pretty easily. So let's do this. I'll translate this.
We all do it. Even the best in the industry make mistakes. Trust
me.
Of course.
They can make, you know what I think? They make their mistakes a new idea. They turn the mistakes into new ideas. Exactly. And that's what makes them brilliant, you know, because everybody makes mistakes. No one is perfect. And, you know, perfection is boring. So I'll just translate this a little bit. Ci sta dicendo che praticamente non dobbiamo aver paura di aggiungere, di fare, per paura di fare pasticci o di sbagliare, perché non importa se sbagliamo comunque si rifà, si dà una passata di gesso, si dà una passata di bianco, di nero e si ricomincia da capo. Gli artisti, anche gli artisti più importanti, dice, sbagliano. Io gli ho detto, a volte semplicemente gli artisti sanno vedere nei loro errori qualcosa di bello. Io le raccontavo di Dorota che quando era qui a ottobre ha portato questa tela bellissima sotto del marrone che io guardavo con la bava alla bocca, praticamente lei mi ha detto, sai cosa? Stavo lavorando e ci ho rovesciato sul caffè e l'ho lasciata così. Okay, so I was so very happy to have you here. You really made my day. Let's just see if people have any questions to ask you. Do you still have a couple more minutes to share? Okay. Avete delle domande? Vogliamo farle delle domande? Qualcosa che vi interessa, che vi può far piacere sapere di lei? I'll just go ahead with the first question. How did you get into crafting? I mean, you've been crafting for a long time, you told me. So how did you get into that? Le ho chiesto come hai iniziato.
When my son was 3 years old, I was after something, because I'd worked full time all my life. I suddenly came out of work and had my son and was a stay-at-home mum for about a year or so. And I thought, I need to get my hands into something. I need to do something. And I actually started gardening, and I attended a workshop in the same week. And I was hooked from then on. Once I'd seen them embossing powders,
that's the magic. That flipped me out as well.
Some paints and some stamps, and I was hooked.
I know. That's a tunnel, but that's a really nice tunnel. So I'll translate this a little bit. Ha detto che ha iniziato quando suo figlio aveva 3 anni, lei lavorava full time ed è rimasta poi a casa per circa un anno e mezzo a fare la mamma a tempo pieno. Voleva trovarsi un hobby, ha fatto nella stessa settimana un corso di giardinaggio e un workshop di timbri, è rimasta impressionatissima dalle polveri da embossing e da lì è iniziato tutto. Somebody is asking me, when it comes to the large stamps, do you ever use the whole design to print?
Yes, I do. Okay. What I tend to do is I will either use a stamp platform, or I will use, because Abs is bringing out some A4 acrylic blocks.
Oh, really?
Yes, cool. So he's bringing out some A4 acrylic blocks, and I will stamp the whole design. And what I like to do is to draw the eye. I will pick out elements to emphasize once I've stamped the whole design. So I'll stamp the whole A4 stamp, and then I'll pick out elements to accentuate.
But are you going to print them again, or how are you going to accentuate them? You do the whole printing and then you accentuate some parts?
So I will stamp the whole thing, maybe in black or grey, or in multicolours. Okay. And what I'll do then is I'll either use a heart wooden shape or a heart die cut or a tag shape, and I will then stamp part of the design onto the tag, and then line that back up over the top of the first one, and it acts like a spotlight.
Yes, beautiful. I'll translate this. Lei dice, per rispondere alla tua domanda, Giuliana, timbra tutto con la platform o con un timbro di acrilico, o con il blocco di acrilico molto grande. Adesso usciranno quelli a 4. Timbra tutto con un colore o con un multicolore, un grigio, un nero o più colori, e poi ritimbra alcuni dettagli su una tag o su un fustellato e lo aggiunge nel posto dove dovrebbe essere collocato nello stampo, di modo che dia dimensionalità. That's a beautiful way to use the whole stamp. And, you know, it makes your background like in no time.
And the other way you can use it, Claire, is if you make an accordion card, you know accordion cards?
Yep.
And if you make them so, say the accordion card is it's only got 3-inch panels, you can actually use the whole stamp and decorate the whole accordion in one go.
in one go. I'll translate this too. Ci dice anche se fate delle card, delle accordion card che hanno 3 pannellini, praticamente in un'unica timbrata decorate tutti e 3 i pannellini della card, quindi anche quello può essere un modo molto molto interessante di usarli. Ok, let me see if I missed any questions.
Do you know what's funny? Do you know what's funny, Claire? I'm looking at you on the phone, and I've got splatters of cheddar and fuchsia paint all over my phone.
That happens to me too. That happens to me too all the time. You know, I got this really good soap, this really good detergent that I use to clean everything up, including my hands.
You should see my chair. My chair and my watch have all got splatters of paint.
Well, you know, it means she had fun, so it's a sign of having had fun. So it's okay.
My husband's not convinced.
Really? Do you want me to talk to him? I'm really persuasive. Okay, so I think it's about time that we let you go. Oh, thank you so much, Tracy. I've had a wonderful time. I really loved your card. I can't wait to take the class with you. We'll have to work it out for the scheduling as soon as possible. L'ho ringraziata per essere stata con noi. Non vedo l'ora di poter fare anche il suo corso. Spero che la demo vi sia piaciuta. Dubito che possa non esservi piaciuta. Ci rivedremo con lei piuttosto presto. I'm hoping to see you for the tour next year. You know, I don't know where you're going to be in Italy, but I applied with that to be one of the stores, you know, involved in that. So I'm hoping to have you here. It would be amazing to meet you in person. And thank you so much. Thanks for sharing with us everything. It was really, really important for us. It was a great time. It was lovely to see you create, and we're hoping to be able to see you do that again pretty soon with us. Okay?
Can you just say a huge thank you for everybody that's joined in, Claire, because I'm really honoured that people from Italy have joined in. I'm delighted that people take the time just to join in. So, and thank you for the warm welcome. So thank you very much.
Ok, I'll translate this right away. Ci ringrazia tantissimo, dice che è veramente onorata del fatto che tante persone lì abbiano preso del tempo per guardare la sua demo, è veramente molto molto felice e spera di rivederci presto. Ok, thank you so much again. I'm sending big hugs to you. Thank you so much, honey.
You too.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.